All right, kids, we're back. Now we're going to practice what we learned on the last slide. We're going to practice that right here. All right, so let's get started. We're going to use the following directions to draw a figure in the box to the right. Okay, I can do that. So it says we're going to draw 2 points, A and B. Okay, so A and B. So let's do this one right here. We'll say, make sure this doesn't bleed through. We'll go A and B. All right. Some of you might say, like, does it matter where I write it? And it doesn't have to be in the exact spot where I wrote mine, but, you know, similar would be good. Okay? All right, so we did that. I'm going to put a check mark. Draw 2 points, A and B. A and B, great. Use a straight edge to draw a line AB, or a line segment AB. Okay? Is that a line, or is that like an arrow on the end? It looks like there's an arrow on the end, doesn't it? Yeah, there's a little arrow on the end of that one. So I'm going to do that. It's got to be a ray. It's not even a line segment. It's a ray. So it starts at A and goes through B. So we'll do that. There. Boom, boom. Just like that. Okay. That's done. Check. Now I'm going to draw a new point that is not on A and B. All right, how about here? Label it C. Okay, this is C. There, that's done. Draw line segment AC. So if I look really close at this, there's no arrow on either end. So it's just a segment. So it means it starts at A and ends at C. Right? Or vice versa, it starts at C and ends at A. There. Okay, that's my line segment. Cool. Now it says, draw a point not on ray AB or line segment AC and call it D. All right, right here. All right, again, write your points similar to me, all right? Now, I'm going to label that D. Did that. And we're going to construct a line CD. So if you look really close, you can see that there's an arrow on either side of that. Those little pointers on either side of that line. So that's a line, not a line segment. So CD. So remember, if I'm doing a line, I go right through like that. See that? And do you remember what I put on the ends? That's right, I put arrows in on the ends that represent a line, just like that. Okay? And I did that. All right, so use the points you've already labeled to name one angle. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. See this CAB? I'm going to label this one. Okay? You could choose this one up here too if you wanted to. So I'm going to say angle, it's like a less than sign, CAB. Angle cab. All right? Cool. It's time to move to the next one. Use the following directions to draw a figure in the box to the right. All right. Draw 2 points, A and B. Okay. Let's try A and B. All right, done. Use a straight edge to make, what is that? Is that a line segment? Yeah, I don't see arrows or anything on the end, do you? No. Let me just draw that. Here to here. Good, there's my line segment. Draw a new point that is not on A and B and label it C. Okay, let's do this down here this time. Did that and did that, okay. This is a ray. You can see the arrow at one end, right? It starts at B and goes through C. Goes this way. So I'm gonna get my ruler out. There. Cool. All right, so that's ray BC. I got that. Draw a new point that is not on line segment AB or ray BC and label it D. How about up here? We got some room, right? Okay. This is kind of fun, so be careful. All right, so we did that. And then I'm going to construct line AD. Notice I didn't say line segment, because if you look close at that, you can see that there's an arrow on either end. So I need to construct line AD. So I need to go right through these points and put arrows on the ends to show that it's a line. There we go. Check that off. Good. Identify angle DAB by drawing an arc to indicate the position of the angle. So DAB. DAB. There it is. There we draw that little arc. That's called an arc, right? Identify another angle by referencing at points that you already have shown. So I guess we shouldn't write down the arc for this one. So let's do this angle. Let's do angle ABC. I like that. Angle ABC. Neat. Cool. All right. Let's move on to the back. Again, teachers pause and reiterate those types of things. Read your class and see how they're doing. All right, so now the part of our problem set that we have here is recognize them in various contexts and familiar figures. Well, here's the various contexts and familiar figures, okay? We see a house, I see a USB thumb drive, and I see a compass rose. So we're going to try to find these objects that we see in there right now. Some of them might stick right out to you, okay? So let's do that. Observe the familiar figures below. Label some points in each figure. So let's do that. All right. Use those points to label and name representations of each of the following in the table below. A ray, a line segment, an angle. Extend the segments to show lines and rays. All right, so that's what we can do. All right, so let's take a look at the house here. And let's label the house. I can see all these different points here, right? Let's label the points. Here, here. Let's make just these points like that, all right? So we can see them. Not too big. All right, big enough. Okay, so let's label these. Let's see, A, B, C, D, and E. That works, right? Yeah. All right, here's the USB point. I see that rectangle right there. That's a familiar object. I'm going to label those corners too. We label those with points. Let's label those A, B, C, D. How about E, F, G, and H? Nice, right? That's cool. All right. So here is north. This is probably the right N, right, for this one. So let's label the rest like north, east, south, and west, right? So north and south, let's label this point S, right? Be kind of hard to write that in there, so I'm just going to continue. And then this is east, and that's west, all right? Yeah, so what I'm going to do, you should do this as well, is with your pencil, erase that E, because we already have an E here. Let's make this I, point I, okay? Nice. Now, we've got plenty of points here. So what we need to do here is, see this for the house? We need to have a ray, a line segment, and an angle. So let's choose something here. Let's do a ray first for the house. Let's do a DC ray. So we'll come up past this, and we'll just go a little bit past there and put a ray, a little arrow in. Do you see how this side of the house we just made a ray, a DC ray? That's neat, right? So down here, I'm going to write down ray would be DC with an arrow at the top. Can you do that? Nice. All right. Then we need a line. Oh, now remember, a line goes right past the points, okay? So let's do a line, let's go to the other side of the house. We'll go past this, put an arrow in, and then go right down here, and right past that, put an arrow in. You could use a straight edge here if you want, but I can write straight enough lines. So there's my line. You see how if I just cover that up and I can see the line there? Yeah. That would be line AE or EA. It doesn't matter. I'm going to say AE. So my line AE, and I put my line over the top, put arrows on either end so we know it's a line. Line AE. Now I got my line segment. A segment where it's just got an end points, okay? And I see a few of those. I see one that sticks right out to me. See this AC? There's a starting point, there's an ending point, and that's it. So I'm going to say line AC here, there. And there's a few more. I could say ED, right? I could say BC or even AB. All right, and then I've got angle. Let's do an angle. There's one that sticks right out to me. It's right at the peak of the roof. Do you see that? I see it right here. It was ABC. So I'm going to label this angle right here. So to say angle ABC. Neat, huh? Yeah. All right, so here we go for our thumb drive or our flash drive. We need to find a ray. I'm just going to do this right up through here. IF. Right. IF starts at I, goes through F, and that's ray. An if ray. And I got a line. Let's just do a line. So I have to have an arrow that goes right through it. Let's keep going, right? So I'm going to do an arrow this way and an arrow this way. That'd be FG. See, that would be a line right there, FG. All right. How we doing, kids? All right. Have no idea if I'm going too fast, too slow, or what I should do, so I'm just going to take a pause here and let you guys catch up. All right, so what do I see? I see line segment. Line segment's a piece of a line. So I'm going to use this guy here. I'm going to say I and H. Don't need to do anything more with that because it needs to start, needs to end, right? So IH. I, H, and a line over the top like that with no arrows because it's a line segment. All right, and then an angle. Just got to choose 3 points. How about IHG? See that? IHG, like that. See, it creates that angle right there. IHG. Nice. And then finally, compass rose. All right, so here's my compass rose. I need to find a ray with this guy. All right. Let's see. I'll say here, I need to get an end point. So let's put a point in the middle. We'll call that, how about we call that Z? I'm going to put this out here and just put an arrow into there. That's point Z. Because in order to do a ray, I gotta have a point, right? So let's make this point ZN. It could be point ZE. So ray, right? So ZE. Right? You could have done ZE or ZS, right? Now I need a line. So we're gonna have to go right straight through, right? I could put a point here and here, right? So that would be a point NS, or a line MNS, right? Cool. All right, so now a line segment. This seems tough. But what I do see this right here? I see there's an endpoint here and an endpoint there. So I'm gonna make this line right here, okay? So we'll name this X and Y, how's that? So we'll do X and Y as my line. See I did that? Okay, let you catch up a little bit. And then finally we need an angle. What do we think for an angle? I'm thinking Z could be the center point, and I could just make it an NW. NZW. Cool. All right, so we're going to stop right there. If you have time, you can do this last one down here, but I don't know if we're going to have time or not for that. This has been a long lesson already. We'll be reviewing these. We'll be talking about them, but your job is to really remember, you know, what a point is, you know, what a line is. Okay, a line has the arrows on the end, go through the points. Line segments connect the points. Don't go any further than those points. A ray starts at one point, goes through it, and has an arrow on the other end. And an angle is when two lines come off of any point. Make an angle, okay? All right, well, hopefully you had fun today. We will be back tomorrow with more math, more of this kind of stuff, and I have all the confidence in the world that you're going to be doing great. All right, kids, we'll see you tomorrow.